Jordan, was I entered into the clergy just after I had been kind of taught how to pretend to be a completely normal individual dwarf in society.
Yeah.
From that point on, either parentage or just general church going lessons, I learned what the god gives, how to worship him, how to
You know, the following
There goes
bullshit
our
may
PG
not be
rating.
suitable for all audiences.
Ooh, pretty.
Settle now. Okay.
Warning. The content in this episode may not be suitable for any audiences.
Does it have audio too? Okay, so they can hear us because I can't hear us now, but I think I got me on. I think I got us on mute. Yep, I had us on mute. So I'm going to close that so I'm not looking at it. I don't want to see us on TV. I see enough of you jokers out seeing you on TV.
Yeah, if this were the podcast, Jonica would say something about it being impossible for you to be muted.
What are you trying to say?
I didn't say it.
So this is session 2. Ashes of the Old World. What we're going to do is explore kind of a stepping stone in developing the first part of this story. When we produce this as an audio program, it will be formatted a little differently. That's where we usually do our work. If you are tuning into the Twitch stream, I'll go ahead and make you aware that you can find our regular Actual Play podcast in audio format at actualplay.prismatictsunami.com. And this is mostly the group that's been involved in that in one form or another. We've got a couple of people that have been in and out of it, but some more than others. But the whole experiment here of doing this with this live streaming, which gives us an opportunity to connect with viewers and listeners and whatnot, and discuss the game in progress, discuss the show, if you will. That gives us the chance to kind of explore these different media with different formatics. So we're going to do that. Now, what we're going to do is last session, we started with just kind of an introduction for us to get these characters from this game into play. And this session, we're going to create some narrative that we will be interspersing into that opening scenario in the audio program, if that makes any sense. If it doesn't, just kind of hang out with us a little bit and you'll kind of get the picture, I think. So I've been talking to the guys here a little bit, just to kind of touch base about what this particular session is about and what our plan is. I've seen a lot of bewildered looks, but I think for the most part, everyone's kind of got the idea. The system we're playing in is Savage Worlds, but you're going to see something a little different here because we're going to borrow from some of our indie gaming not roots and do some narrative game structure. Anybody want to start? We're gonna do some vignettes, or I don't have a better name for it. Vignettes are often used in games to describe like scenes where just one person describing a thing. This is going to be, I mean it in the sense of clips of scenarios, single scenarios played out, in this case amongst 2 or more player characters for the duration. And what we're going to be exploring is this. At the beginning of last session, session 1, your characters were standing at the precipice of a cliff overlooking the Valley of the Lost, a mist-strewn valley that represents your goal at this point, to rescue the daughter of a kingpin, sage, maybe criminal, overlord kind of guy, whatever he is, that they call the Baron in the city of Shards, whose daughter has been, according to him, kidnapped, abducted, taken, seduced to the dark side by a sorceress known as the Dream Seeker, who makes her home here. There's stories about the place and what a wonderful summer spot it is. Mostly in terms of nobody coming back intact. People kind of wander back out of the valley, not usually remembering who the hell they are, apparently, or so the story goes. And there were some guards, and you guys made short work of that. However, we're going to go back now and explore some of how you ended up together on that cliff face at the top of that precipice overlooking the valley. So we have 6 player characters to kind of work with, and any given scene should have 2. I see Nira volunteering.
No, I do not.
I see volunteering.
Who resurrected the paladin now?
I believe it was me and...
No.
Yes, I believe that is correct.
So
I guess, finding the paladin would be a good place to start. Sorry, Nira.
Oh, see, all done for Nira.
He turns off her screen.
Nero, where did you go?
Nero! Nero!
Going through a tunnel.
So in this scene, who are we talking about again? The two characters that were together? That's a trademark name, by the way, from Jordan Inc. Okay. So in this scene, go ahead and set the scene for me. We're stalling for time, aren't we?
Very common.
Who's the other character in this scene?
That would be Quintus, who I'm playing. It's an
Okay.
arcane scholar who is
Time to resurrect an ancient dead paladin, boys and girls.
exactly accidentally. It was not intentional.
Are you certain you weren't just looking for a paladin pack mule? We wouldn't hold it against you.
It may have been a thought. May.
Don't let him talk you into shit. That's bad form, sir. I'm telling you what, the governor is a bad influence. You stay away from that corner of the screen
Terrible
over
to
there.
people.
He's the governor.
Actually, I said corner, and I haven't looked at the thing.
He's in the corner.
Yes!
Right, she's blind.
Yeah.
Man, warmth
So,
must
would
be
you
hard
not want
for
the
you.
warmth?
So, Quintus, what are you running from when you run through Azyllus's campsite?
I don't know if I'm running from something.
It's not what you're running from. It's who you're running.
It's who I'm running to, maybe, or what I'm running to. There seems to be a light at the end of the cavern, and someone told me there was some books down here.
Right. Azyllus wouldn't know anything about that, of course. She can't see the light.
Or the
Yes.
books.
Or the
Yes.
books. They don't put off heat signatures.
Mhm.
So thus far, what you're telling me is you aren't running from anything, so you completely took that off the table as soon as I said it, which is bad form, by the way. You definitely should. You
It was
definitely
kind
should
of
have
a
done that.
no and
Yes, and
Yes, and.
He got that one too. I'm sorry.
It should definitely gone with that, because now what you're telling me is you're going to.
So can we rewind a little bit and say, yes, I was running from a big, bad, scary something that I have no idea what it is.
You could have been running from a halfling that's trying to grapple you for no reason.
See, now, don't let him put himself in the scene.
Actually, I did think of a scenario like that, and I had it kind of like typed up, and then I decided against it.
What if here's an idea. What if you're running from this undead boogeyman that you accidentally pulled out of the ground, and it's like the Frankenstein's monster scenario. Oh God, it's hideous. Gotta go. We didn't need to do this. This was a mistake.
I think. Well,
Yes.
I thought they both raised them together.
Yes, I think that's what we kind of
I don't know
briefly
anything,
discussed.
then. I'm sorry that I'm ruining your vignette. Keep going.
It takes more than one person to raise Rowan.
Exactly. It can't be
Oh.
one person's fault.
I know nothing. You guys can handle this however you want to. I don't
Ouch,
care.
ouch. Or maybe it was an accident.
I'm looking
Maybe
to see
you
if we
didn't
can.
even.
Oh.
Or you're not even the one who raised me. You were just there. Think you did, but you actually didn't.
Shocker.
Oh my god, what a
She raised
weird
herself.
place to try some new magic and have something come up from under the ground.
So, Quintus,
Yes.
you were sure there was a light at the end of that there tunnel.
It was what I thought was
It's been taunting you. Every once in a while you get a glimmer of it and then it kind of goes away. What's your night vision like? Non-existent?
a light. Oh. Can't
Yeah,
remember.
so you're probably carrying a
wanna say
light
yes.
source. Some sort.
So the light may be something reflecting.
It's hard to say, but you have come across something though. Rather unexpectedly. Do you Zalissa, do you have a way of knowing if somebody is coming? I mean, would that be? I mean, I assume that
Blind
you're
sight?
here. Right. So how would she react if she knows that somebody is coming?
I'm not exactly quiet.
And nobody is down here. Nothing lives here. Scuffling or something, yeah. Does Quit just talk to himself? Is he that kind of scholar?
I would say when he's reading, maybe.
I could have sworn I thought there was something. No, that said, well, would you please stop doing that?
Where's my glasses?
Chink.
Sure. You guys are missing all kinds of opportunities to pretend you're game masters. You could easily say something right now. I will hide behind that massive bookshelf over there.
I will hide in that trap door.
Justin, these guys really need your help, man.
But I'm planning my scene right now.
Okay. This is your process, right?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
Planning
gonna
to ride in on a sturdy
Ken,
steed.
the words are, I'm going to hide behind this ballista. So
Did
yeah,
I say I saw nothing? I saw an ogre.
so you duck out of the way somewhere. So what is there a sign of your campsite then? There's nothing, right? I mean, you were just kind of crouching. Like do you like smoke anything or? Yeah. Right. She's not a cigar chomping kind of girl. Yeah. Kind of takes all the magic right out of it. Quintus, you get the picture?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, no, because I don't see her.
I assume you're carrying a light source.
Yes.
Damn,
I don't necessarily see through stalagmites.
Right. Now, you don't see any persons, but you do see signs that a person has been here, and recently it looks like, or that food would be far more rotten and dust covered.
But why is there no fire? This doesn't make sense. It must be a couple weeks ago.
Of course, starting a fire down here would probably be a good way to, kill yourself.
True.
Where would you get the wood?
I don't
Hello,
know who
Mr.
I'm
Troll. I've
talking.
started my own cook fire for you.
Stay out of this, lady.
I just, I,
I think Quintus thinks it's a good time to stop and take a snack.
Jesus, the first action you do is steal food from another party member?
Yes.
A blind one at that.
When you're hungry,
I look around briefly, see if there's anyone
stealing things
nearby,
to save
and then I eat the food, which is magically here. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
this was some sort of enchantment, obviously, who just left here in case somebody came by. Look, a bedroll, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, pretty unusual.
Because that's something you do. You just find dinner laying around some cavern, apparently. Oh, look!
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so I will kind of sit here and observe this unusual creature that has stumbled into my camp and just randomly, trustingly started eating my food. And we'll see if there's any poisonous effects.
Did you poison it?
Well, it seems perfectly safe for me, but I can't guarantee it's good for anybody else.
I guess that would be up to the GM how it tastes.
What? You guys are making good decisions.
Good old cave mushroom stew.
I mean, it tastes delicious.
As hard going in as it is going out.
My constitution hasn't felt any better. If it isn't indeed morning.
Right. Are you talking to nobody now?
Who's talking?
I grab a pebble and I kind of throw it across the cavern, try to make some slight rock falling noise down one of the other tunnels.
Okay, then.
I die behind the rock.
You die behind the same rock. There's somebody
Hello.
who you could huddle together for warmth.
I saw you had no fire. Could I help with that?
I immediately run screaming
Okay, down that tunnel.
in any direction, really.
He immediately goes running, moving out of the room.
Okay, I calmly stand up, grab my backpack, my bedroll, and head after him. Eventually he'll tire of running, probably trip and fall.
He'll hit a wall.
You find me 10 feet away after he unconscious, out cold.
Okay, so
Glowing slightly with weird little wounds. But
Yeah.
you're blind.
Then again,
But,
balloons.
as I see his heat signature, I'll kind of observe it as you said you're knocked out cold, probably, and I'll kind of do some basic, making sure he's not like going to die, and this strange creature, because you're a human, right? You're kind of a normal surface human, so you're pale skinned or something.
How would you know you can see pale?
He can feel.
Could be one of your people, right?
Well, we probably don't put off quite the heat signature. So I'll I'll grab this body by the shoulders and kind of drag it back to my campsite. Prop his head up with my bedroll and finish eating my dinner. I was so rudely interrupted with. So I figure probably after an hour or so, Quintus probably wakes up to find his glasses missing.
Still in the dark. Yeah, my torch has probably gone out because you did.
Yeah, no, it probably ruins most of my vision for the creatures that tend to not put off much heat. So yeah, you wake up and it's dark.
Oh my head. Did I slip and fall on a rock?
Yes, you did. From the darkness.
You were not expecting used to the voices in my head, but that's not one of them.
Yes, you took a nasty bump on the head, but you look like you'll be all right.
I don't think I'm alright. I think I'm blind. I can't say anything.
Welcome to the club.
Are you mocking me?
Would I mock? No. I cannot. I can barely make out your heat signature.
But where's my bell?
Oh, this, and you know the top's been open. She's maybe perused a little bit just to see what her unconscious new companion has been carrying around, going alone underground into the darkness with only a torch. Probably nothing she's interested in. Well, she can't read normal ink, so it's like it feels like a book, and I can't read it.
I dig around and I find what I'm looking for. My book. I open up to a page that I'm used to.
Man, if only it wasn't so dark out.
I read from memory. I imagine the words on the page.
Oh, that's what
Begin
an
to
end's
glow.
putting in it. Wisdom of 6.
I start
has a
applying.
little bit of weird illumination in it.
Which she can't see.
I wasn't talking to her. Nobody else.
Nobody.
You can read that book.
Yeah, oh,
There's nothing on the pages.
are you blind?
Yes. Quite blind, actually. And she pulls her hood back, and her skin is, like I said, is a very kind of deep slate blue, but she has very pale blue, like milky eyes that seem to put off a slight iridescence, so you can kind of make them out.
What sort of creature
Are-
are you?
I am a Nethrosian. What type of creature are you?
I mean, I guess we have the same conundrum where we know our race really well.
Well, my people have been quite isolated for some century almost. So I am not surprised I have never run into one of your kind. You live underground?
Not typically.
Sometimes?
I'm only underground looking for old lore books.
Well, the only old lore and books I would know of would probably be in the Nethrosian libraries. But
Do you know where? This place is a maze. I can't figure
I
swear I've been walking around in circles.
how long have you been walking? You're quite deep underground.
I want to say I've been here a week.
Oh, you've
About half
made
our ration.
decent progress, I guess. You, who sent you here to look for what? What were you looking for exactly?
Not who, but what. I read it in a book.
You read it in a book. Your people like books?
We have great libraries.
Well, then maybe we.
Writing down notes about humans, are you?
Yes.
Infatuated with
Today I met a strange creature.
He's like Uncle Papa Pat, right?
He is obsessed with books.
Did anybody get that reference? I'm just curious.
Yes. Yes.
Fuck
Well,
you.
I'm older.
well, I hate to say it, but the only place you're going to find anything of the sort is the Nethrosian cities, and that's I have left there. I am on a quest of my own, so to speak.
Interesting. Where are these? Ruins you speak of?
Well, they're not ruins, they're cities. There's sprawling cities of several thousand people spread across the underground here. I would prefer not to return to my own, but perhaps we can track down another one of these, one of the other cities, where I may be more welcome to enter. And perhaps that is what you're looking for.
Are there any settlements that you used to have that were popular?
Well, there's
Turn as everybody started heading to the underground with these dark cities of ancient cultures.
well,
Like another dark game.
I'm trying to figure out how this gets you on the cliff overlooking the ogre and all the shit, guys.
I'm trying to figure out how this resurrects the dead paladin.
What? Just stay out of it.
well, there is a legend of a lost city of our ancestors, but it would, I believe, be closer to the surface as we've slowly moved further and further underground as our society has gone on.
Far more ideal.
Yeah, you really don't want to go much deeper than, maybe another half mile. It's unlivable, practically. But
Nothing. I had nothing. But bruises and painful shins. I came down here.
It's the shin god.
Yes. The more you bump them, the worse it gets.
well, I'm kind of headed towards the surface. Perhaps I can take a detour, and she like pulls out like a little kind of flip notebook size, maybe 10 pages or something like that. And there's she opens them up, and to you they look completely blank and stuff. But she kind of like looks like she searches a couple pages, and she says, well, this little map here that I found in one of our old archives indicates that it's maybe in that general direction. Maybe we can work our way that way and find the at least a trail. Perhaps that'll get you close enough to your goal.
I'll take your word for it. All I see is a blank map, piece of paper.
Yeah, there's like nothing written on it that you can see.
But maybe it takes a crazy person to get out of this place.
Okay.
As I might have to do myself.
Are you
Yeah.
guys ready to call scene yet?
Well, I think the scene ends as we head off down one of the other tunnels that's going slightly uphill.
Okay, that is a plan. I like that. That's not bad. Not so sure it's interesting, but we'll get there.
What's the next vignette?
I mean, there's just people thrown around. It looks like just a complete melee has occurred here. Lots of moans, and as we follow these boots as they kind of plod into the room very carefully, stepping over broken glasses and broken people. He approaches what looks like a humongous dog pile of just the roughest and tumblest of men who are just kind of struggling to hold down these 5 individuals that are straining against their grips. And the kind of camera pans up as he's got polished shoes and immaculately tailored clothing, but he just kind of is massive. There's this girth to him, this enormity. And it pans up to the green skin of his face and his tusks and his perfectly waxed and curled mustache, bowler hat on his head. And he looks down at the 5 of you and goes, I think the Baron will like you. Bring them along.
Oh.
And kind of spins and walks out the door, leaving these people to be kind of collected and taken to the Baron.
Oh. I was not expecting the punch to the jaw. I expected it to the stomach. Why the jaw? Oh.
You punched him speechless.
I think it's because he's a little shorter, that you can't really get to the
Don't
stomach.
make me get short with you, young man.
Man.
Yeah, you're a blue skin. We all look at you the same.
I'll remember that.
What, the blue skin or the
Anybody else?
mistaken? Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, shit. Shit, we lost someone!
Who did we lose? Oh, okay, back.
Okay.
Wrong button.
Oh yeah, that looks wild on this stream.
Oh, no.
It's bad. Okay.
Did it go nutty for a second?
It did.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. And then
So are you two
work
still?
back.
Are you two still playing to resurrect Nira?
I think so.
I think that's
Okay.
going to happen.
Yes, but am I going to get connected with you guys before the chaos of resurrecting, or after?
I have a feeling we're going to run into you
I'd
before
like to know
her.
if it's before the chaos of getting caught in a dog pile by the orc, and then he's still the Baron will like.
Yeah.
That's all
Since
about
that's
how you order it.
That sounded like everybody was there.
Yep.
That sounded like. Okay. Bobby, you want to hang out with Bullthor? Is that a yes or?
Huh?
You want to hang out with
You're cutting
Bullthor,
out.
Bobby?
You're cutting out a little bit, James.
Oh shit! Fuck that! Ah.
I don't know. I mean, in my character background, I was actually wandering the underground for a while, so.
I'm a dwarf. I'm nothing but underground.
But you also are afraid of the dark.
I mean, that's why I worship a god of the light. I always have a torch on.
I don't think you would go underground where there
No.
is no chance of light.
Yeah, just because you carry that around you doesn't mean you're gonna love hanging out in a completely dark, oppressive, dark,
That's fair.
by the way, very
That's
dark, endlessly dark place.
You know, you made your point the first time. You don't gotta say it anymore, man.
Hey, I've got a perfect lead-in for connecting up with them if that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I'd say go for it.
So, because as you two are wandering, following the map that can't be seen by the person who can't see.
The blind leading the blind.
It literally, and up ahead, you see a light, and you start going towards that light. Maybe it was the light you kept seeing in the distance before.
And I don't see it, so
Well,
I
right.
continue walking on.
Your
Can we make it?
Quintess
I
tells
think
you
I think I see
about
something.
the light. And as you guys approach, you come to a small little opening, and there's actually just a torch stuck in the ground. Nothing else in the room.
It's a trap.
Round. Kind of shrug. Take the torch.
And Bobby tackles you. Bobby comes sweeping in off of the side.
I saw that coming.
Yeah, yeah. Sweeping in off of the side. You thought you were bruised before. Bobby
My world
rolls into your grapple.
So I see a kind of a, I don't say a flash because it's not super bright, but a heat signature flash in front of my eyes, and I
You see
kind
a
of
small,
peer around.
ferocious creature come flying at your companion.
I think I hit that to the GM instead.
Oh my god.
I rolled a combating roll.
You rolled a 7.
I did roll a 7. So I did. I jumped up and grappled, and I was like, I'm looking for combat. I'm looking for lucrative combat.
I meet the strangest people.
That's what happens when
Don't
you
you mean,
survive underground.
And I flip you over into a pin.
Are you?
Excuse me, little creature.
You're next, ma'am.
It's little.
No, not.
Like Quintus, it feels like there's just like little grappling muscular arms all over the place.
It's gigantic.
You're being molested by a wolverine.
Crunchies and munchies.
My
I'm
book.
being molested by a badger.
Badgers don't sound like that. Excuse me. Can you let him go for a moment?
Huh?
I would appreciate a breath.
Yeah, you're gonna make him go unconscious.
Oh, He releases and stands back and it's like, sorry, you came into my combat ring.
And she looks around, and her pale, kind of iridescent eyes kind of dart around. Was this like a small
giant heat source in the middle of the room?
Whoa! Oh,
That's it. Just a torch sitting there in the ground. That's
kinda
my combat ring.
shades her eyes a little bit. What are you doing down here?
Seeking fortune and glory.
Why on earth?
And
would
you
seek
expect to
fortune and
find that
glory under here?
Underground?
Yes. I am a professional wrestler. I combat for money. And I was told you can make much more money with underground fights. And I came down here to find them.
I'm
Looks at the
afraid you're
camera.
mistaken. There's no money in fights down here. It might keep you alive, being able to fight, but not a lot of money.
No money?
Have you let go of the other guy yet?
Yeah. I'll let him get some air. You look kind of scrawny anyway. I'm just out of practice. I need to stretch some.
Little
As he goes
pale.
and does some jumping jacks or something.
You want to go, little lady?
No, thank you. I don't feel that it would be fair. For you, of
And
course.
for you.
So, no fights down here?
Yes, I think someone either misled you or you misinterpreted. Literally misinterpreted.
Yeah,
Huh?
you have a funny accent. What did you say your name was?
Bobby! My name is Big Bobby! He's 4 foot
Right.
2.
Okay
Those 2
then.
inches.
Little muscular. Thick in
Well-
multiple ways.
Well,
Yeah, right.
I'm not quite sure how you managed not to get eaten by the numerous number of creatures that walk the dark halls.
There are creatures down here?
Oh yeah, you're the first ones that engaged me in conversation. I had to take out the others.
So
many
that's
have
what
you
I've been
taken out?
smelling around here.
I thought that's just what down here smelled like.
Well, there's subtle hints and changes depending on
twisin?
airflow and region and what type of ore the ground has. It's a whole lot of stuff.
You lost me at subtle.
Yes, yes, it is quite subtle.
So, not here.
No,
you guys know the way out?
We're headed back towards the surface.
Yes, I
Ish.
believe she knows the way out.
Yeah, see, and
You
she.
need fighter?
Well,
I
you're
didn't
probably
see
going to
how
get
it
eaten down here by
hurt.
if you don't. So, and
Eat or be eaten.
exactly.
So, do you just attack anything you see, or can you hold yourself back?
I can hold myself back.
Okay,
I
good.
think.
I think you could be along.
Let me know when
Eating
you're
is
ready for a
awesome.
second round.
It might be a while.
Okay,
You
so
kind of took me unawares.
That's what a trap is for.
That I don't think that's how brawling works. Usually, two people they know they're fighting before they start.
yeah, it was kind of a cheap shot, I'd say.
It's probably why they kicked me off the circuit.
Might explain it.
Whatever a circuit is, yes, I believe that would make sense. But I guess you're welcome to tag along, at least until we get to the surface.
Okay! He grabs his torch.
Do you
Or
mind
reaches behind
maybe
the rock and grabs a pack.
standing behind me with that thing?
Okay.
Bobby, no one has ever never felt comfortable with you standing behind them.
I know, I'm a little surprised. I'm like, okay.
Must resist chokehold. Must resist chokehold.
Anyways.
I'll walk beside you, I think.
So Zalissa will kind of lead the way
Right.
back towards the kind of surface passageway.
Through the city.
Into the city.
Next.
I think Luthor was next.
So
Or
the
does
door
timeline-
opens to a dank and dark dungeon, and
No! Ah! Ah!
Hulk carrying a torch and dragging a wooden chair. I set up on opposite side of the cages where my new friends are housed.
You'll just see a little magical light source. A little ball of light.
I'll sconce the torch and have a seat and pull out a notebook. Good evening.
Oh. Ah.
I can never tell.
Let's start with your names.
Why would you need our names?
Because it's polite.
Can we have
Oh,
yours?
yes.
Can I politely?
Certainly, I'm Luther.
I know of politeness. I am Bolthor, Clan Dracahammer, owner
Bolthor.
of the Dracohammer, dwarves of the mine, lovers of the sun.
I'll just put Bolthor.
Oh. Okay.
Dwarf talkative.
Oh, you do not want to know what the guards have
That'll
to deal
be
with. When
fine, Bolthor. Give someone else an opportunity, please. I didn't notice before because you were buried under all those bodies. Are you a Florin?
Huh? Yeah?
It's been a while since I've seen one of your kind. Never one quite so meaty.
Ha 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 ha! Open the cage.
We'll get to that.
Ha
What's your name, Flora?
Huh?
Your name.
Bobby.
Bobby.
Big Bobby.
Lauren. Parentheses. Stupid. Close parentheses.
You're mean.
I apologize. My employer insists I take very specific notes.
Now we wrestle?
Not yet.
Uh,
You, however, are quite unusual. Don't think I've ever seen anything quite like you.
Who you talking to?
Pale, blue skin.
Letting you guys decide that.
Yeah.
Blue skin, did he say?
Yeah.
Zarissa kind of turns her head kind of. And?
What? And I know this may be taken the wrong way. Are you?
I am an Ethrosian.
Oh, interesting. And your name, Nethrosian?
Zarina.
Serena. Hmm.
And she kind of stares at you blankly. You know, kind of that.
Intimate study. Who's left? You, the bookish one.
What about me?
Your name.
What's important with my name?
As I said, it's polite.
Would any name do?
don't give him your name, Quintus.
Well, thank you, Bobby.
Do you need a last name?
Damn it, Bobby!
First one's already out the window. Piece of advice.
Last but not least. Yes. Oh, advice. Great. Hold on. I've got a page for that.
He's the wealth of information.
Big Bobby?
He knows
I
everything.
don't think his information would be relevant or useful.
But it's so cheaply given.
But at least I have your name.
Huh?
Last but not least.
The lizard guy in the fifth cell.
God damn it! Picks up the crossbow. We killed him already.
Not dead yet.
Fucking weekend.
At least have the dignity to be quiet. And you would be.
My name's Lady Rowan Winters.
Rowan Winters. So your nobility.
I've been knighted.
By.
Let me look it up. Give me that look.
Did you ever decide on one?
Oh no, yeah, we all know it. Yeah, we know it all.
I messed
So while we're waiting,
Fuck you, Luther!
she just kind of stops and stares off into space. Like,
Wrestling?
Don't worry, she does that from time to time.
no, I'm kidding.
Symptom of her age. I mean, I didn't mean to say that.
You didn't mean to say that.
Symptom of her age?
damn
Question
it.
mark.
I don't know what you heard, but we're not on the lam. I'm not trying to run from the law.
What's
There
a
are no
lamb?
people hunting us.
Definitely on the run.
We are not wanted for unlawful necromancy.
Definitely into dead bodies.
I've never been in a dead body.
Wait, but you were with the dead body just the other day.
In denial.
With, not in. There's a difference.
Oh yeah, no, Quintus loves dead bodies.
Gross.
What?
Well, yeah, you were just saying hey to the dead body the other day, Quintus. Remember I was with you?
Enough about that.
Bobby was
Heard
there
it
too.
way too many times.
You're just going to tell me I have a big mouth. And I tell you, it's
You
not a
do.
hindrance.
Quintus, you have very talkative friends.
Yes,
Oh.
they don't know the word tact.
No, I don't know that one.
I
Tact
don't
is-
expect it from you, Bobby.
I was taught tact from a young age.
Ah! They got in my way, so I attacked them.
Yes, yes. I
Yes,
tackled.
Bob. That's exactly.
Really stupid. Little annotation.
Like I
would-
said, a wealth of information.
Would you mind leaving the torch when you leave, by the way? When I woke up, the guards were quite upset about my constant screaming.
Do you have concerns about the dark?
It was rather
Oh,
loud.
yes. Oh, yes. No, if I'm in pitch darkness, I just cannot stop screaming.
Yes, I have to concur. Please.
Fleet
leave
and
the
utter fear.
light.
It would be greatly appreciated.
I don't feel that's an unusual request. Certainly,
I
can
still
leave
hear
the
ringing
torch.
in my ears.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, kind sir. And if you know, we could, get rid of some
He'll
of the
actually
dark...
get up and grab another unlit torch out of his sconce and light it, and then put it in the sconce, so there's even more light now.
Oh, thank God!
So Alyssa kind of turns to the side so she's not looking directly at the.
Afraid of the dark. We can use this.
I'm assuming he's distracted for the moment by the banter, but he's actually planning to get back to asking for the answer that.
Yes.
Um,
So, Big Bobby, can you tell me anything else interesting, friends?
Do you have a name yet or no?
well,
Piece
it's.
of advice.
Do
I don't think
anybody
that's the best way to get
remember-
information out of a big.
Sorry, I don't
Bobby.
want to interrupt. Go ahead.
No matter what anybody tells you, you really can't make money underground. You only find things that try to kill you.
I can
And
confirm.
friends.
Wait.
So, is that where you met?
Well, that's where most of us met.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Underground fighting?
Yeah! I never found it.
It's because it doesn't exist.
Well,
They
it
actually
does.
met me shortly above ground. Afterwards.
Just, it's not literal.
Interesting.
This was before the necromancy.
The
Huh?
Stone King. You were knighted by the Stone King himself.
Okay.
For anybody that hears her mention it, the Stone King was the one who, well, reputed, he was a dwarf who was the lord of the city Shards, and reputedly is the one who buried the city in order to bury the demon Casantiris 1,000 years ago.
Oh, yes, everyone knows that. They told me
I
that.
was knighted by the king. The Stone King.
Which king?
I have no king.
The Stone King.
Crazy.
Delusional.
Yes,
Delusional?
very.
Yes,
Hmm.
laughter. I know that.
The problem that we find ourselves in is that you caused extensive financial, material, labor damage to my employer, and he's going to want restitution.
Oh,
Huh?
So I came to get your pertinent details. I'll go speak with the Baron, and I'll return shortly with his proposal.
okay.
I would suggest you take it. The Baron is not a man with a lot of tolerance for the word no.
What's a baron?
My employer.
Oh, yes, Sir Baron. I've heard
Is
of it.
that the title?
I'll just get up and walk out of the room.
This guy thinks he runs the place or something.
That pompous orc.
I bet Sir Baron runs the place.
Wait, we didn't fight.
It's Because you're in a cage, Bobby.
Oh, cage fight.
Cage fighting.
Cage fight! No, Bobby, no!
And Bobby reaches through the bars and grabs what's left of the lizard in the next cell and starts choking it.
His tongue lolls to the side.
Okay, who's next?
Okay, so we'll go, we'll go for the next scene where we meet up with Bolthor. Bolthor will probably be above ground, as has been described, so I'd imagine he'd be over by the cave's exit. Which, if we're attempting to set up the vignette, I would say that the group itself has probably just come to exit. Anyhow.
I think my only recommendation regarding that idea is that they seem to be guiding towards the idea of waking up the knight.
We have two
And
timelines
she would-
going. Yeah.
Right, she would probably be in one of the deep underground chambers that they were talking about.
Okay.
So it is inappropriate. It sounds like that your character would be deep underground, so you might want to
Okay.
bring him in later.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, it's time
you
to
could
take
have a
you
vignette
out.
where you connect a lizard guy if you like, but it had to be very short.
Oh, hello, Mr. Lizard.
Fuck that looter guy.
Oh, no.
And scene.
How much longer do we have to be in here? These books are boring.
Okay, so
And heavy.
You need to learn
Why
to
is he
read, Bobby. They are a wealth of information and worlds unseen.
They're random sticks.
could the next scene be the one with me?
It's already started. Don't you pay attention?
Oh, I mean, I am.
look at Nira's so in character. She's lethargic.
None of these books look right, and she's like pulling books off the shelf, opening them, seeing that there's no text that she can read, throws them over her shoulder,
Wait,
probably
no,
probably in Quintus's
do that.
direction as she. There's nothing of use in here.
That's from the Fourth Age.
Why does this rod
It's
glow?
an extremely rare book. And now it's
I don't know
half
if they're
dust.
fake it.
Be careful.
At which point she pulls a book off the shelf, and you hear a kind of a rumbling noise coming from the wall behind the bookshelves.
'Cause
That
I'm
can't
holding
be good.
a rod that's glowing more now.
Now look
Ah!
what you've done.
Why is it glowing more?
We must be close, and the rumbling stops.
Ah.
Does the surface world rumble like that?
Sometimes when I fall really hard.
Or fart really hard.
Quintus, take this rod. It scares me.
No, thank you.
And so she takes a couple other books off the shelf and sees that there seems to be a handle behind this bookshelf.
Ooh.
Ooh, handle.
Okay, Bobby, you're really strong.
You
You
big
should be
Bobby.
able to reach up to this handle and pull it. And I'm gonna stand back here.
Does
Good
Bobby
idea.
have to climb a couple of shelves?
I'll come over here with you and look at these books.
Bobby, you
Pulling
can
on a
do it.
handle while standing on the shelf below it. It's not going anywhere.
We believe in you, Bobby.
You can
All
do
right,
it.
all right.
You know, when you try to leverage the shelf to move the shelf, you're in trouble, right?
Right. Eventually, I figure out some good leverage and I start pulling. Ah!
Maybe you realize it's actually a push lever that goes in.
It doesn't seem to be working. Damn it!
Try pushing, Bobby.
Ah! Fuck!
Whole shelf falls over.
Got it.
Oh, good. As the cloud of dust and everything from this ruin, it just kind of clears through and. Well, go on. You're the fighter.
Go,
I
go
just
see if there's anything.
carefully
beyond.
step
I mean,
over the
I
shelves.
don't see anything. I don't see anything. So it
I
should
go
be
grab my
okay.
torch. I go grab.
Now all I see is a
really
torch.
don't
So,
see
thank you.
anything.
I really don't see any.
All right, I bring my torch to bear, and I step over the tall shelves as they're laying flat in front of me.
I follow.
Tall to
along.
me. Tall to me.
Much easier though.
And I step into the next room. There's a big box in the middle of the room,
That's
It
weird.
and lots of jars.
looks like a scene out of Alien.
Huh?
All right.
Nothing. Never mind.
Clearly, it's a kitchen.
So
Clearly, it's
It's a kitchen island.
it's the
It-
pantry. Okay, I know. I've seen this before.
if you go look in that table, there might be food.
There's a
Yeah,
butcher's
they-
block.
There's some woman's face on the top of it.
Let me, and she air quotes, see. She's
kinda
gotten to the
pretty.
point now she has to clarify that yes, she can't see, but she can see, sort of.
Why would you lay the statue down sideways?
No. And I come over and I
They
kind
didn't
of
even
use,
finish the
use my
back,
hand
it's
and
flat.
wipe the dust off the sarcophagus that's here, and do the whole Indiana Jones, blow the dust off, and see that
Turns out
there's
that's not like the surface of a coffin. That's somebody laying on a slab.
Nice.
Ugh.
Nice. Oh.
Oh my god!
There's got to be an inscription around here somewhere.
Yeah, of course, the blind person can't tell it's a person laying on a slab because the person is so cool that she isn't radiating any heat. So,
It just looks like a.
Yeah.
I would back up a little bit. Let's take a look from a distance.
Okay. She takes a step back.
It looks like a person on that slab.
On the slab.
Maybe we'll have better light if you bring the glowy rod in.
Don't do that.
Goodness.
We-
Why
we've
you gotta
already-
be so weak?
It's so weak. It's called
I
intelligent.
go to
or
the
at least
one of the walls.
self-preservation.
I go and kind of feel my way around the walls, looking for trying to feel for like any inscriptions or
It's essentially
anything
activating
and,
runes as you
and
touch them.
stuff.
I do the same thing she's doing with the walls because I'm not sure what she's looking for. But I'm feeling
you're
the
just trying to
walls.
mimic.
And
Yeah, I'm feeling
I-
the walls too.
I must have brushed off the dust off of one of the runes, and as my hand goes over it, it activates, and there's a glowing rune kind of with kind of this like a electric blue kind of light coming out of it, and I can actually
Do that
see
again.
it. And so she kind of guys, what was that?
I don't see it.
It's right there.
Well, you don't see the words on my books, so.
I mean, so she takes out her little notebook.
Let
she
me
takes
get
out an
close to
occasion.
it with this torch, and I can maybe look at it.
And she at this point has probably tried to, even though she can't see it, like draw down shapes for him to see, or letter, a letter or something like that. So with whatever
I see
ink
a
he
few
has,
scrapes on the wall. I
it
don't
looks like
see-
this.
What am I looking for? That is not what I see.
That's what I see. And so she tries to draw it again.
It's a
You-
holy
Okay.
symbol.
You think on it, and so she
Yes.
continues searching through along the wall. At which
It
point
means eternity.
she finds another one. This time it's like a bright orange.
When did you learn that?
What? Huh?
You said
The holy
letter
symbol for
means
eternity?
eternity.
It was religious stuff. back home.
So you have learning where you're from? Like books?
You have to understand the religious teachings. Duh.
Okay.
And so she
What are you
continues
doing?
searching
Pictures.
the
Yes, her
far
voice.
wall.
Huh?
Huh? What did you guys see something?
I still see nothing.
What are you doing?
I
Can you
turn
draw
to the slab.
image?
The person on the slab has sat up and is looking at the group of you.
Ah!
You gotta wrestle it.
I jump to tackle it. I fall short and hit the side of the slab.
Bobby, are you okay?
Huh?
Okay.
I get up.
I walk over to Bobby and I accidentally walk right into her. Just kind of knock her over and
Wait, where'd the body go on the slab?
you mean it's not there? Is that what I just ran
No.
into?
I don't
Jeez.
know. I was
Right.
She cleared the
watching
throat
you.
behind you.
Here.
Say something again. Oh, okay. And then she moves quickly towards what she perceives as the far wall.
To
Hey,
like
guys.
away from the whoever it is that you
Right.
can't
What?
really
Yeah.
see.
Whatever that noise was, I can't see it. So
Where are we?
No.
Behind the bookcase.
The
Where's
new
she
one
armored?
would know
She's armored.
more.
So she's like in full regalia armor and is like pale and weird looking and
You want to battle?
you can't battle something that's invisible. Voice, disembodied
Yeah.
voice.
I can see her right there.
Yeah, she's
We're-
right here, guy.
We're in the lost
mean,
city of Felmore.
She gets down on her, like, to be at his level.
She's right in front of your face.
Who are you?
Bobby?
what do her eyes look like?
They're blue and slightly luminescent.
Does she have a helmet on?
Ooh,
No.
like the rod.
She has pale skin, white hair and shit.
Yeah, pale skin, white hair. Even her eyelashes and eyebrows are white. So
Who are you?
Bobby. Bobby. That's your name?
Yeah. Yeah, they call me Big Bobby. Ah.
Where are we, Big Bobby?
Behind the bookcase.
That sounded really.
She stands up and starts to leave.
Wait.
Bye, lady.
No, she doesn't run. Just calmly walks.
Guys, what's going on?
How long have you been here?
Are you following her? She's heading out of the room.
Yes.
The pretty lady picture got up and is walking away.
Pretty lady picture.
I don't know how a picture gets up and walks away, but I guess I have to take you at your word, Bobby.
On two legs.
Yes, she's walking right out.
Yeah.
I assume it's a she. Her voice sounds feminine.
And I assume I hear the clanking of her armor and stuff as she
Oh yeah.
kind of
Oh, yeah. I would assume it echoes through the entire area.
Yeah, that's kind of a
Very
weird
easy to
feeling.
follow.
I take a cursory glance and I don't really see anything else to try to grab.
Hey,
and get
lady?
from my vision.
Do you know where
so-
you're going?
Outside?
Now, how do you know the way outside?
I went through the door.
What door?
The open
Door
hole.
to the outside.
Well,
The open
that's
hole?
that's like where the bookcase was, not the outside.
The library.
Where are we?
The
We're
library.
underground.
We're in the lost city of Felmore.
Oh, that.
It's a
Yes,
a
that
rune
is
of
much more correct.
the early Nethros people.
Gee, what's the city?
Abandoned 800 years ago.
Don't look at me. You're the guy. Your people improv in this shit. Belmore was part of the Undercity or something. It wasn't lost or abandoned.
Wait, how long were you sleeping under here?
This isn't. This is abandoned? How long has it been abandoned?
Legend says maybe 800 years. Maybe a little bit more.
Give or take a century.
Time changes underground. We kind of have a weird way of keeping track, I guess.
That's putting it mildly.
I know we've been underground like 3 weeks now, and it feels like a year.
Like +3, carry the 2. My brain hurts every time it tries to explain it.
What? What happened to the king?
What king?
Yeah, what king?
the
I have
Stone
no
King?
king.
The king. The Stone King. The king.
The Stone King?
We don't have any rock kings.
He wasn't made of. Never mind. Dune, have you not heard of him?
Oh, I've heard of him, but only read about him in very rare books.
Ugh, books.
Yeah, his books don't have words in it. It's really weird.
Well,
Don't
we're
listen to her.
leaving the city and going to the outside.
Well, we're kind of going back to the city, but we're definitely going outside
Because-
above ground.
There's really no lucrative fighting down here.
Yes, Big Bobby.
And I have never seen the
We're going
surface.
Underground fighting.
Okay.
It's the same as down here, only brighter.
What's your name, my lady? Is that what they keep saying? You're. And she like kind of like puzzily tries to look at Quintus and Bobby for any indication as whether she's on the right track here.
Lady Rowan.
Lady Rowan.
And she
Nice
pulls out
to-
like a notebook and like a kind of like weird fungus shaped pen or something and jots down in her book.
Nice to meet you, Lady Rowan. I extend my hand.
She clasps it. Like grabs your elbow. You
Is
know
it-
that thing.
With a gauntlet or
Puts her hand on your shoulder.
The whole night.
Quintus, what are you doing? So I just see
Knocks
your
it
arm.
right
like-
friend. I think that kind of hurts.
Then she pats him on the back a few times.
Ow.
And then starts walking some random direction.
Is that the way out?
No, that just dead ends. We've been down that way before. That's,
Yeah,
we just came
we
from that
should go
direction.
Would you like to come with us? If you truly do want to get to the surface.
Yes, I need to see the surface for myself.
I like you.
I like
That
you
makes
too,
one of us.
little one.
Oh shit!
Oh, Big
Oh.
Bobby got called little.
shit!
Gauntlet's been
Oh.
thrown.
Little.
Ooh.
She kind of pretty in the dark.
I respect that, Bobby. I respect the hell out of it.
Well,
So
perhaps
I
we should move on. Make it up to the surface. I think we've searched most of the ruins around here. I don't think we really found much that you were looking for, Quintus, but maybe that pile of books
I
you've been
might have
carrying
if you
out.
hadn't turned all the books to ash.
I didn't, most of
Sorry.
them are intact.
Well, I should be fair. They weren't ash. They just disintegrated.
I believe there's a whole other shelf. Maybe what you're looking for is on there.
I'll grab a couple to take with me.
As he probably like finally like puts it in a Ziploc baggie and seals it.
I like how Quintus says, "I'll grab a couple to take with me," and then he has me carry.
Yes. Having him around is very helpful.
Everyone needs a pack, Florin.
Pack Florin.
So I think my recommendation would be that Bolthar ends up actually not meeting any of them at all before the dog pile scene.
I like it.
Oh
Somehow
no!
mixed in with us.
So when he's in the cells with everybody else, he has no idea who these fuckers are.
Yeah.
I
It
like
doesn't
it.
bother me at all.
I like it. That's funny.
He's only met the lizard.
Right.
I knew that lizard for 10 years. He was a brother to me. Hey, he's dead now, though.
Wait, the one I just wrestled?
No, no.
With his corpse.
You just choked him to death. There's a difference.
No,
You
choked
just
him
choked
in
him
death.
to death.
He was already dead.
Only mostly
That really
dead.
doesn't stop everyone in our group.
Do not worry. I am Bullford. I am capable of healing any wounds except for death. Oh, that's a shame for him.
So what you're saying is you could have healed the lizard man
Oh, no.
before he choked him.
No. I was far too hoarse from screaming.
Uh-huh.
Because of the dark.
Oh, yes. Honestly,
Yes.
I didn't want to get into the bar fight anyways. I was with the lizard man, things were thrown around, somebody pulled out a shiv, and then I snapped a couple necks.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh,
that's
no,
so
do
easy
not
to
worry,
do.
do not worry. It is not the first time I've been punched in the jaw and pinned by a... You look like half a person. Can I call you a halfling?
No.
Okay.
That's racist, bro.
Oh, well, I'm... Oh, you're still alive! Do not worry! I'm sure my halfling friend will fix it for you.
Stay back, Bobby. I know you want to get him.
I throw myself at him.
Fortunately, there's bars in the way.
Yeah, no,
That
I'm just
kind of
sitting here
hurt.
like...
I forgot completely about the boars.
So I saw all of your guys'
I
wanted
tried to
posters.
stop you.
I saw your wanted posters. Is it true?
Want?
No, none of it. None of it's true.
Guard
Oh.
glances through the door after hearing the banging, clanging of the bars.
Sorry, I slipped.
He did not slip. He threw himself at the bars.
After I slipped.
As
Oh,
long as
did
no
you?
one's trying to escape, nothing.
Oh
I have-
no. Those
Right.
keys look heavy. You want me to help hold them?
No, thank you. Nope.
Good try, Bobby.
Terrible try.
Wasn't good enough.
Hey, I'm not the one who tore up 7 bars in less than an hour.
7.
I was only responsible for a few of them. The rest were part of the lizard.
Yeah,
Where'd
and
the
the
other
battle
6 come
spills out of
from?
one bar, goes into the next bar, and then the battle spills out of that bar and goes into the next bar.
Realistically,
only
you should
remember
be
the
blaming
last-
And the
Lonely
nuns?
bar.
You should be blaming yourself for the high density of bars in a square mile. You should have thought of that when you were doing more city planning.
And you shouldn't have broken into the weapons expo in the middle of that.
Oh. But how was I going to kill the people attacking me?
Bobby uses his fists.
I know
And his
free
legs.
combat. You should have known it was an exposition fight.
Oh, shit! I'm really not good at picking up on signals. Like when people start throwing punches, I pull out the knife. You know
And then
what
they pull out a
bring a knife
sword.
to a fist fight.
But you should not take a knife into an orphanage.
Oh, were those children? I thought they were just really small humans.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Younglings.
To be fair, when I walked in there, I thought they were like my kind.
Oh, not anymore though.
To be fair, I don't think they were ever his kind.
Disgraceful about the public fountain too.
Oh,
I can't help. I didn't see it. I fell into it. If you put more,
talking about us.
proper markings and stuff, maybe the blind people could actually see and not run into all the shit in your town.
besides, I hear some religions like it when you turn water red. It's not typically with blood, but eh?
Hmm.
I have never heard of such religion, but
Oh, okay, well, maybe it
That
is.
sounds good to
our
me.
gods are
I
peaceful.
shouldn't be talking to you. Forget I was here.
Oh no,
Okay. If you forget that we were here,
So, just
we'll
before
just-
you leave, is there anything else we did?
He's already gone.
Okay. Thank goodness he didn't realize what we did to the town hall.
we need to
That
get out
could
of
have
here
been bad.
before that gets discovered.
Ugh.
I haven't tied one
Guys
on
are-
and that
What do you
that's
mean,
so
town
long.
hall? I believe it's gone.
Yes, remember we jacked it up and slid it down the hill partially.
Rowan, you're not
Pile
here
it up.
while you're here.
No.
You
but
had nothing to do with any of this.
No, I was in the bar. I was sitting like at one of the tables while it was bar fight, and I was just drinking, and they were killing each other, and I was just.
You know,
And now
when
that
I-
I'm
And
here,
that
I'm just sitting
random
here, looking, sitting. Leaning against the wall, staring at it, looking like I'm looking out a window. But there's nothing
Bobby
there.
attempts to bend the bars.
Bobby fails.
you know,
Okay.
and I say this too often. The orphans would have been fine if I remembered they needed air to breathe.
Luther, final scene.
So a few moments later, the door kind of opens a little bit more hastily than before. He comes in with a bloody rag and wiping it off. You can see the boots of the guard in the hall.
Oh, is he dead?
It is a
like that
fortunate
guy.
turn of events for you.
Oh,
If you can promise to behave yourselves, I've been instructed to take you to my employer. A certain recent chain of events has come to pass that he believes that you might have the correct acumen for.
we had nothing to do with the town hall.
Are we going to wrestle?
Well, since some of you have shown a propensity for bloodlust, I'll look at the dwarf.
He doesn't
I'm
have the heart
sure-
to tell you that nobody has used the town hall in 500 years.
That's
I'm
why
sure
it
that
was
that
so flimsy.
thirst will be slaked, and Big Bobby, I'm certain there will be ample opportunity to engage in wrestling with large and angry foes.
Ah, I run at the cage bars again.
Okay, so
Yes, we might want to leave him in that cage.
I'll need to unlock the gates. Now,
Okay.
do you promise to behave yourselves?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Big
Sure.
Bobby.
Oh, you're
Okay,
still
sure.
alive, Rex.
Everyone put on your shackles. Help
Okay.
your partner.
Oh, I get my own shackles. Both Thor's moving up in the world.
Make sure they're well secured on your partner. run a chain of them together and take them up to go see the boss.
This doesn't feel very free.
It's simply a formality.
It's a matter of perspective.
There's
It
one of me and
feels very
5 of you
formal.
that are very, well, I guess, sorry, 4 of you that are very bloodthirsty.
Wait, what?
4.
I
I'm
have
not sure about
never
you, you might be
once been
bloodthirsty.
thirsty for blood. It has just flowed in my general direction.
By happenstance, I'm sure.
Completely. If I just remembered you damned humans
An
needed so much
orphanage,
air.
Really?
How was I supposed to remember you need air? You humans are so confusing!
I'll lead them into the chamber to meet the boss.
In the air.
Probably not.
What I did was I put a light barrier around
Are
them.
you gonna test it?
Uh,
All right.
Shink.
Let's go ahead and end it there then.
Okay.
okay.
So
We need to
I
stop
don't know if
getting in
there's anything
trouble.
there I can use, but it was interesting.
What I did was I put the barrier to try and protect the orphans. But you keep it up long enough, turns out that it is airtight.
I just love how they just went along with whatever you said they.
Come on, guys. You had the opportunity to throw so many fucking kings. You want to do this again? You want to do the whole session again?
I wasn't even in a fucking vignette. Like,
you guys are all so congenial. Hey, how are you? What do? You look like a trustworthy fellow.
it's a right shame what we did to that town hall.
I did
Well,
I did like Big Bobby's introduction.
You
though.
just wait and you see, do I need to kill them or are they good enough to travel with? And
Be you, what is
blind
it?
man walking
Be
through
evil
the...
or be you benign?
On the prior session, the ogre knew that Bobby liked
It was Kindon, wasn't it?
himself by
Evil to be
attacking.
nine.
No, that was... No, it started off with Henry, and then it was Kindon at the end of the session. Like, I was trying to figure out whether or not Jonica was evil Jonica, because I just escaped all the evil clones.
Nice.
Yeah,
That was good times.
it was a fun one.
Good times. All right. Well, let's see. Our stream's probably still going, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, we don't know whether or not there was anything there worth enjoying, but we appreciate you hanging out with us.
I tried to be as enjoyable as possible. It's
No,
hard when I'm being held down by Luthor. Luthor was like a shackle around my wrists.
No, we'll work on something kind of challenging here. You guys have to try and get to know these characters cold, and their concepts were kind of thrown at you randomly, and adapt and figure it out as you go. On the last episode of Metagamers Anonymous, Nira posed some questions about our character's personality and development, background and stuff, and I could see over here that she has where's that note card that you had there? She took that seriously. She's got like this note card filled with stuff, like little scribbled all front and back with stuff about questions, answers for her own character.
Yeah.
That she came up with after that. So I think you guys are rising to that challenge rather nicely. I may be jibing you a bunch and giving you shit about you not really challenging yourselves in this scenario, but that's okay. I will throw plenty of curveballs your way in the next session.
I
So-
just started as a prison.
I do have my notes that Ken's character was Zalissa. Is it Zarina now?
She told him Zarina intentionally, not telling
Interesting.
him
Ah! You confused Bobby.
And everybody else probably.
Bobby's going to call you Zarina from now on.
Maybe make up weird
so-
nicknames.
Let's go ahead and close down the screen, the stream there. Ken, thanks everybody for hanging out with us here tonight. Appreciate it. So everybody kind of say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
This
Bye.
has been Bolthor Broadcasts.
No.
Oh.
Ah!